engines full power. And liftoff of Starlink 5-1. Go Starlink, go ahead.
Touching downrange.
And 1D chamber effective now.
Power and telemetry nominal.
You are currently watching the 60th launch of 2022 Falcon 9 carrying our Starlink payload out into space.
Vehicle supersonic.
Vehicle has throttled down in preparation for Max Q, which is coming up here in a few seconds.
Max Q.
Great news, we have passed through Max Q. That is the largest structural load that the vehicle sees during ascent. Now we are just about a minute away from a few events happening back to back. That is main engine cutoff,
Impact is chilling.
stage separation, and second engine start 1. Now MECO, or main engine cutoff, is where we shut down all 9 of those M1D engines that you see lit up on your screen right there. Now that helps slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation, where the first stage separates from the second stage. First stage will make its way back down to Earth, scheduled to land on a short fall of gravitas today, while the second stage continues with the Starlink payload and igniting that second stage engine. We are coming up on those few events here in just a few seconds.
MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
Impact ignition.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Now, as you may have just seen, we had MECO, stage separation, MVAC engine igniting on the second stage, as well as fairing deploy. Your left-hand screen is a view from the first stage, and you can see those grid fins deploying there. On your right-hand screen, you are seeing a view from the second stage, looking forward at our Starlink payload. Now, both fairing halves that flew today are flight proven, which means that they have flown before, and we will attempt to recover the fairing halves again using our recovery vessel, Doug. Today's mission marks SpaceX's 60th launch of the year. As a reminder, Starlink is a satellite internet constellation designed and manufactured by SpaceX to provide high-speed, low-latency internet to people living in remote and rural locations around the globe.
Both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
We are getting good call-outs, both vehicles following nominal trajectories. Just now joining the first stage is making its way back down to Earth, while our second stage is making its way to its targeted drop-off orbit for our Starlink payload, which you see there on your screen. just under a couple minutes away from the entry burn on the first stage. First stage has a couple more burns. That is the entry burn, and then followed by the landing burn. Entry burn is where 3 of the 9 M1D engines will reignite and help to slow the vehicle down as it enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. While today is our final Starlink mission of the year, it's the first of Starlink's upgraded network. Under our new license, we are now able to deploy satellites to new orbits that will add even more capacity to our network. Ultimately, this enables us to add more customers and provide faster service, particularly in areas that are currently oversubscribed. We're just about 30 seconds away from the entry burn beginning on the first stage. Again, that is
Stage 2 FDS is saved.
Again, that is 3 of 9 M1D engines reigniting. And you should see that on your left-hand screen, while your right-hand screen is a view from the second stage.
Stage 1 FDS is saved.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there, as you may have heard, as well as visually can see on your screen, 3 of 9 M1D engines have reignited. This burn will last about 20 seconds long.
Stage 1 entry burn shut down.
And we have just had the entry burn shut down.
Both vehicles continue to follow nominal trajectories.
Next up, in about a minute from now, we will have the stage 1 landing burn beginning on the first stage. Now, while the first stage landing burn is on, we will also have SECO 1 on the second stage just shortly after that landing burn begins. Landing burn lasts about 20 seconds, so we'll hear some call-outs and wait for a confirmation of good orbit on this second stage. We'll hear
Stage 1 transonic.
We'll hear some of those events happening back to back. Again, we are just about 30 seconds away from the landing burn beginning on the first stage.
Stage 2 is on terminal guidance.
Stage 1 landing burn.
And there you can see on your left-hand screen, stage 1 has lit 1 engine to prepare for landing on our drone ship, a short fall of gravitas.
Landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And
Impact
Falcon
shutdown.
9 has landed. This marks our 159th overall landing of an orbital class rocket, including both Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy missions.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And also great news, we did have SECO 1 and heard a call out for confirmation of good orbital insertion. And there you can see MVAC engine has shut down. So stage 2 is now carrying 54 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you again next time.